Hey, welcome. This is Forrest Night out in St. Louis, independent ambassador with Ibuumerang and ELLEV8. In this video, I'm going to show you how to share your Idecide. I'm going to show you how to log into your dashboard, how to share your Idecide, a very, very important tool, especially if you're doing some cold prospecting and reaching out to people. This is a very, very cool tool. It's got a lead capture built into it, which is absolutely neat. You get notified when they've completed watching the presentation, and it creates some accountability for the person that you've shared it to agree to a follow-up. So when you do set an appointment to follow up with them after they've watched it, when you do follow up, you can tell whether or not they watched it. So it's a really, really cool tool to follow up. Let's jump right in. I'm going to walk you through the entire process here of getting this done. If you have any questions about ELLEV8 and or Ibuumerang and you're looking for an opportunity, feel free. My phone number is floating right across the bottom of the screen here. Shoot me a text first and let me know who you are, because if it just comes in unknown, I probably won't answer the phone. You can also see an Idecide presentation by going to that QR code in the upper right. Just scan that with your phone. It should scan just fine. You can scan that QR code. It'll actually take you to a Idecide presentation that you can actively go through and see how it works on your own. So very, very cool opportunity there. Totally, completely, absolutely blessed to be part of this opportunity. Very, very neat. I love this business. I love this company. I really, really appreciate what the CEO brings to the table. And of course, all of our leadership and everybody else from there down. It's just an absolutely awesome opportunity. If you don't feel that way about your opportunity, maybe you should come and check ours out and see if this might be a home for you. So let me jump in here. First of all, you're going to go. Once you enroll as an Ibuumerang rep or an ELLEV8 rep, you end up in the same place. It brings you to the same bucket. You can come in through either door and pretty much have access to all the same stuff. You're going to come in and you're going to log into your dashboard. Once you log into your dashboard, it's going to bring you into your back office. And let me go ahead and close that banner up top so you can see where I'm going here. Let me remove that. And then the upper right-hand corner of your dashboard, let me see if I can blow this up just a little bit. So in the upper right-hand corner of your dashboard, you can see you have quite a few access. These are your personal access icons. These are not the ones that you're going to share with other people, other than when we get into Idecide, I'll show you how to share that. But this is your Boom Gear, your Boom Foundation, Boom Gear, your Idecide access, your iGo access. This is where you would go to log in for your discounts and your savings. You're not going to share this with the public. That's a whole nother link that's down on your dashboard, down the side there. That's your boomerangs that you're going to share. These is just your personal access. This is your access to Build Genius. If you have not submitted your bills to Build Genius to save some money, I'm not quite sure. Maybe just have more money that you can send, but I would recommend going into Build Genius, setting up an account, and let them negotiate on saving you some cash. And of course, this is your ELLEV8 access. If you have an ELLEV8 subscription, you're going to click in here and it's going to take you into your ELLEV8 dashboard where you can learn how to trade. Very cool. So let's jump into Idecide. So Idecide's right here. You're going to open up your Idecide dashboard. It's going to bring this up, and you're going to notice you've got quite a few links in here. You've got contacts where you can add a contact. You've got post a link. And I would challenge you, just come in here and mess with this stuff. You can't break it. The first time I believe that you access this, if you're brand new, it's going to make you sort of set up an account. I would recommend that you use the same email address for your Idecide that you use for your Ibuumerang account or your ELLEV8 account, whichever's, again, it's the same way as an ambassador. You're going to use that. So this is your Idecide. You've got tutorials. You don't have to go through and mess with all this stuff. You're going to post a link. So you're going to click on post a link. It's going to bring you into this page, and it's going to ask you which one you want to share, Build Genius, ELLEV8, or Ibuumerang. If you have not gone through these as an independent ambassador and watched these, highly recommend you do it before you send them out. It's always a good idea to make sure you understand what tool you're going. If you're a consumer and you're watching this and say, I'm interested in Build Genius saving me some money, or I'm interested in the ELLEV8 program, I'd like to learn how to trade, or maybe you're just interested in an overall business opportunity, just reach out to me, shoot me a text, and I'll get your own personal link. Or you can click that QR code that popped up there in the screen. And again, I'll put that up at the end so you can see that. You can jump in, just shoot me a text message, say, hey, I'd like to learn more about Build Genius or Ibuumerang or ELLEV8, and I'll get your own personal Idecide that you can go in and watch for sure. So here, I want to share my ELLEV8 Idecide with somebody. I simply click on the ELLEV8 deal. I'm going to hit next, and you can do this with any of these. It's going to create a link in here. Now I can share this to Facebook. I wouldn't recommend doing this because it's not really going to do any good just sharing your link to Facebook. Nobody's just going to click on and go, ooh. Now there might be a weirdo out there that does, but most cases, most people aren't. This is what you're going to share to somebody that you just met. In other words, maybe this is something you can also just copy this. So you don't have to log in every time. You can just copy this one link right here and you can save that. I also did a training on where if you want to create a URL that points directly to that, for example, forestnight.com, I could point that directly, do a URL redirect and point it right at this Idecide. And when somebody asked me for my website address, in other words, I reached out to somebody, I said, hey, are you open to taking a look at a way to earn extra money online? Or I actually work with people. I actually work with a company that has a Forex and crypto education platform. Have you ever thought about learning how to trade Forex or crypto? If they say yes, I say, great. Here, I've got a link I can share to you. It's about a 18-minute interactive presentation. Go in there. It's going to let me know when you've completed watching it, and I'll follow up with you. So I can just, rather than try to come in here every time or send them this weird looking link, I can actually just send them, okay, here's my link, forestnight.com. I just branded myself. They're going to go there. They're going to log into the presentation. Again, that's sort of upper level. The other way that you can share this too is maybe you have a web page or a blog or a landing page or something. You want to create some branding there. You can copy this code here and put it, actually embed the presentation on a website or a landing page if you want to do that. I actually did a training on that. It's somewhere on YouTube around here, and actually how to do that. You can go do that as well. Very, very cool way to brand it. Anyway, I'm just going to copy this and I want to send it to somebody. You'll notice if you scroll down here a little bit, it says send text update. So when somebody's completed watching this, so I'm going to copy this and I'm simply going to close this presentation, and then I can text it to anybody that I want to. So I can simply send that link to anybody and they're going to come to this page. Of course, when they put in their name, their email address, and phone number, and they start watching the presentation, I will be alerted to their progress through the deal. And when they get to the end, it's going to send me a message that says, Forrest, so-and-so has questions, they're ready to get started, or they're not interested, whatever it is. And they're going to drop into my lead bucket, which is inside my Idecide presentation here, which is going to come under all the contacts. And I blur these out so you can't see them, but it'll drop into my contacts bucket. Another way that you can also send an Idecide to somebody is you can add them as a contact, and it's pretty self-explanatory. So you add them as a contact, you put in their name, their email address, and phone number, and then when you want to send them an Idecide, you simply click on their name. You click on their name, and it's going to say, what do you want to send them? Their information is going to pop up. You choose which presentation you want to send them depending on the conversation. Maybe you had a conversation with somebody, maybe a beauty salon owner, that says, hey, man, my bills are way too high and so on and so forth. I'd love to reduce my bills. And they have a service that might work out for you. Would you like some information on it? They say, sure. So you get their contact details, and you can actually email them a custom presentation. So you click on Build Genius, you hit next. And this is really cool. This does two things here. Again, it's going to create a customized link for that person. So now I can actually copy this link and share it to the person I just talked to. It's customized. It's going to have their name in it. Or I can email them here, or I can text it to them, whatever. But when they start going into this, it's actually going to show up, and it's going to have their name filled in the presentation when they start filling it out, which is very, very cool. So when they actually come into the presentation, you'll notice it automatically starts and loads up, and it's going to say welcome. So they don't have to fill out the form. It's got their information in here already. It's got my contact details down here on the bottom. All they have to do is click play and start going through that. So hopefully you got some value from this. Again, if you have any questions, you're thinking about starting a business, you're maybe looking at wanting to learn to trade, maybe you've got a really cool business that you're running already and you just like to take that money and learn how to turn that money into making more money for you. Learning how to trade is definitely, you can learn how to trade gold and silver and oil and Forex. You can learn how to trade Forex. If you don't know what that is, Google it. It'll give you the definition for it. Maybe you want to trade Bitcoin or crypto or something like that. You can learn how to do that as well. So recommend that you enroll in the ELLEV8 class, get your whole family involved in that. If you want to save some money, reach out to me. Any one of these presentations, just reach out to me. I'll get them over to you. And of course, if you're a current Ibuumerang or ELLEV8 ambassador, hopefully this has provided some value for you, especially if you're brand new and you're not using these Idecides. They're fire. Recommend that you share them with everybody and get them in there. That's going to lead to your next conversation of how to move forward from there. I appreciate you. I love you. Absolutely nothing you can do about that. I truly, truly wish you have an absolutely awesome 2022. I know I am going to. Boom. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.